Hello and welcome to tonight's broadcast of the Red Light Truck Series, airing on RLN. I'm your host, Jeremy Patterson, and with me is Matt Breckel. Tonight we'll bring you live coverage from Talladega Superspeedway, where the boys will be racing for 50 laps on this 2.5-mile track. This will be the 6th race of the 10-week season for the Truck Series. We're heading towards a final stretch with just 4 races to go after tonight. Here are the current season standings going into the race. Joshua Buckley has 2 wins, Keith Haney has 1, Dustin Lee with 1, and Timothy Lewis. So 5 races, 4 winners. Rounding up your top 10, you have John Pershing Jr., Robert Craze, Kevin O'Brien, William Kirk, Damon Gilbert, and Andrew Williams. We have 2 new drivers with us tonight we'd like to welcome. We have the number 10, we have Chris Kessler and Zach Reed. Chris Kessler running the 01. Zach Reed's running the number 7 car. We had a pretty good race last week where we only had 2 cautions at Darlington. Pretty impressive running by all these guys. And tonight we hit Talladega. Pretty wild. Matt, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, tonight we got our biggest field of the entire season so far, 15 drivers. And all have been taking some practice laps around the track, doing the, testing out seeing how long they can push before they have to actually swap out. So I think we're going to have some good tactical racing tonight. It's going to be good show.
Yeah, it's always good racing at plate tracks with people you know. Everybody here, we have a couple new guys, but other than that, everybody here's raced with each other before. Everyone knows everybody's style. Hopefully they've picked some drafting partners, and I think we're going to see some really good racing tonight. I know NASCAR is always talking about the big one. I'm hoping we don't see a big one. I'd like to see these guys stay in a pack and duke it out to the end. It's always fun watching that. So they're out there getting their qualifying laps in right now. Dustin Lee's currently on top with a 55.687 lap. I think most of these guys are probably about to finish up their 2nd lap right now, so we might see that qualifying board change a little bit. And while we're waiting, we'll remind our viewers next week we'll be hitting the road. Watkins Glen, our first and only road course race of the season. We did a practice race there in the summertime, and it worked out pretty well. And I'm looking forward to see these guys race on that track. And I don't think any of the drivers are on the track anymore during the qualifying laps. Nope. And we're about to get our race session started here. So Dustin Lee will take pole with a 55.687 lap. And not a whole lot of gap. I mean, you go clear back to 10th spot. He's only a 10th of a second behind. So it's going to be a good, tight field here. And once they get all gridded up and start rolling off, we will go through the field and see our qualifying order. Pretty good sized field out there tonight, Matt. All right, let's have one more look at our qualifying order list here. I had the wrong screen up there. Your pole position, Dustin Lee with a 55.687 lap. And 13 drivers qualified. We have 15 drivers in the field tonight. Should be pretty exciting. All right, cars are starting to roll off. And we'll take you through the grid here. In row 1, you got Dustin Lee, the pole sitter, and Damon Gilbert on the outside.
Row 2, you've got the number 9, William Kirk, and number 7 of Zach Reed, one of our newcomers.
Row 3, you have the 87 of Keith Haney and the 88 of Sean Butler.
Row 4 has number 15, John Fershing, and the number 4 of Timothy Lewis.
Row 5, we have the 55 of James Haney and the 29 of Teddy Wisniewski.
Row 6 is our other rookie, 01 Chris Kessler, and on the outside of him, number 2 Josh Buckley.
And rounding up the end of the field is the 00 Robert Craze, and you see my name on the screen, but clearly I'm not racing. And that'll round out the field, so we're getting ready to go green here.
I think Andrew Williams had a late start. He's catching up to the field now. Kevin O'Brien as well.
That's right. Kevin O'Brien and Andrew Williams are catching up. Base car ducks off. And we are green flag racing. Dustin Lee will lead that first lap, being pushed by the 68 of Damon Gilbert. Looks like almost everybody's gotten in a single file line here. I'm not sure how far they can go without starting to overheat on their temperatures, so we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Sean Butler trying to set that second line.
Yeah, if you get the right drafting partner, you can really make the outside line work for you. But you got to be really drafting perfectly. Really smooth, really close together.
Looks like he's hooking up with Will Kirk, though, on the outside.
Yeah, and that's a good driver to hook up with. Will Kirk is a really good driver, and I always enjoy watching him race with us. So it looks like our new driver, Zach Reed's going to move to the outside, and he's going to try and lead that outside row. Dustin Lee and Damon Gilbert are just taking off. And they're going 3 wide, going into turn 1. Looks like Zach's hung out there all by himself. Let's hope they can keep it together. Tell you what, Zach's getting some good side draft there because he is keeping up with those guys. And I'm impressed with how clean those guys held that. 3 wide a whole lap, no troubles. Back up to our leaders, Damon Gilbert and Dustin Lee. So after 5 laps, they've already swapped. I don't know if that's just because they had a good opportunity or if their temperatures only last for 5 laps here. That'll be pretty interesting if that's all the longer these temperatures last. Pretty impressive group of drivers we got going. This is good.
You know, switching back and forth between the first pack and the second pack, and yeah, they're racing each other pretty clean.
Looks like William Kirk and Sean Butler are pushing up on that outside. They got a run there. It looked like they were going to make the pass, but I think Sean Butler's having some connection issues because I keep seeing his truck disappear.
Oh yeah, his ping's up in the almost 200 range. That's not good.
Yikes, let's hope that gets straightened out. Because they had an incredible run till that hiccup started happening there. I thought for sure they were going to take the lead. Sean moved down to the inside lane. That was scary. And here comes Keith Haney, pushed by John Pershing. They're moving on the outside, and man, they have a run. Look at them go. Let's see if they can make it work across the front stretch here. I think that Haney's going to be marked as the leader for this lap.
Yep.
So new leader, Keith Haney. That's our 3rd leader so far this race. Man, those guys had an awesome run. They are pushing good. Look how close they are. And Gilbert and Lee are right behind them. Oh, Will Kirk goes a little wide up there.
Might be just trying to breathe it right now.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That, or maybe he's just trying to stay with Sean Butler.
A couple stragglers behind. Tell you what, it won't be long before Haney and Pershing have to do a swap, and that's going to get real interesting. With that 3 wide that they did for a whole lap there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I normally get a little shaky when I see them go 3 wide, but they held on to it really well. And definitely good show by our new driver, Zach Reed. He hung out there in the middle. He stayed right dead center, and no problems whatsoever. So that's good. Always good to have a good driver like that join us.
Yep, like you were saying earlier, there's only one car not in the. Only one car has fallen off the pace so far.
Yeah, it looks like Kevin O'Brien lost the draft there. Not good for him, but he might be able to get back with the pack eventually, depending on how pit stops and everything go. The rest of the field, Andrew Williams is second to last right now, and he's only 2 seconds behind the leaders, so they're definitely keeping close together here. Without swapping. I'm not real sure how long it's been since Lee and Gilbert have swapped either. All these guys probably getting pretty warm now. Look at that perfect straight line.
Oh no!
We got a caution.
He's in that second group.
Wow, that was brutal. Oh man, was that Craze and Andrew Williams? Have a look at what happened here. Andrew Williams did a little bump drafting on Craze down the back stretch. Looks like it just somehow caught him and hooked him. That was really strange. Wow, man, that was a really hard wreck into the outside wall.
Yeah.
Well, these guys do have 2 resets tonight, so Craze will be able to get his truck repaired and get back out there and continue racing. But wow, I think that's one of the hardest hits I've ever seen on here. So drivers all going to come down and get new tires. And there you see Robert Craze, he's coming in too to get his repair. Followed by Kevin O'Brien, so he'll get back with the pack as well. Not sure why Dustin Lee's sitting there for so long. Did he have... I don't think he had... You know, he didn't have any damage or anything. I'm not real sure what he's doing.
Yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on him, see if he can... If he can just get out before the car comes around, he won't lose that much time and just start at the back of the pack. There he goes.
Well, luckily that wreck was in the back of the field and didn't wipe everybody out.
Yeah, it looks like the first 8 cars only took one side tires, and then from 9 back they end up taking more and having damage repair, etc.
Yeah, interesting strategy there. I know sometimes at the plate tracks, tires don't really seem to mean too much, but it has been known to go on long runs in this league, so you never know. It could end up hurting them. So I think next time by, they'll turn the lights off on the pace car, and then we'll be 1 to go. And I'm going to go back and watch a replay again of that wreck.
Yeah, Sean Butler looks like he may be having his connection issues getting worse and worse. He's now fallen off, and he's just parked on the backstretch. Oh, there he goes. Alright, maybe he got it fixed up.
Alright, we're going to go on board with Andrew Williams here to watch this replay. You can see he's doing some bump drafting. I don't think either of those drivers did anything wrong. It just sort of just hooked. Wow, what a shame. That's really weird. I guess maybe if one moved up a little bit, the other one moved down. I don't know, maybe a connection issue or something, but that was really strange. It just looked like it hooked them and sent them up. I don't think either of those drivers did anything abnormal, though.
Yeah, it didn't look like anything that would put anybody at fault for.
Well, not necessarily that bad of a tough break for them. Obviously, they have to use up one of their fast repairs. But other than that, I mean, they were already, further in the back. Nobody else got caught up in it. They're going to come back out pretty much where they were, so not too bad. Definitely could be worse. Alright, so the lights go off in the pace car. Drivers are getting doubled up. Get ready to go green again. Restarts are always an exciting time, especially at plate tracks. And while we're waiting them to finish up this pace lap before going to green, I'll remind you can visit our website, redlightleague.com, where you can see points, standings, pictures, videos of the league. And if you would like to join us or know someone who would, and you're a member of iRacing, log on to iRacing.com, go to leagues, and apply. Alright, so pace car's going to take him into turn 3 here. And I know if I were in the field, I'd probably be getting a little sweaty, a little shaky right now. It's always scary coming to a restart.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a strategy play or not, but the last 4 went ahead and did a quick fill up of fuel on the one to go.
Interesting. I never thought about doing that. That's not a bad idea, though. You burn up so much fuel on the pace laps here. Alright, pace car dives off. Wow, the 88 of Butler moved down right in front of Haney. I think it was just from my point of view, it looked like it was really close. Maybe it wasn't quite so bad. That camera angle looking right down that backstretch, I thought that he was going to run into him, but I think he had plenty of space. So Sean Butler is going to push William Kirk in for the for leading this first lap after our restart. And they are making some distance. Keith Haney and John Fershing are 0.3 seconds behind those first two.
Yeah, going back through the field, they're mostly single file, but everybody seems to have broken up into partners.
Oh, it looks like Robert Grace and Andrew Williams are still racing side by side. Oh, and they're going to go 3 wide.
Oh, 3 wide.
Let's hold on to it, boys.
3 wide, 2 deep.
Good job, giving each other plenty of room. So I guess Craze didn't get too angry at his dancing partner since they're back together doing the tango. On the outside going into turn 1. Ooh, Lee goes up real high. I think they're just doing a swap here. Hopefully they don't fall too far behind. Yeah, it looks like he lost the draft there for a second. That was just enough to stop that. They had a good run there for the lead though. And they're going to link right back up and make another run for it.
Wisniewski and I think it's Haney making that third line work.
That's right. And they may end up going 3 wide into turn 1 again. These guys catch up there. So Damon Gilbert's back in the lead. Haney and Wisniewski still trying to make that outside line work. Oh, they get split up a little bit. And Robert Craze and Andrew Williams making a run down the backstretch.
All about the momentum.
Yeah, they had a lot of it there. I tell you what, Butler and Lee seem to have paired up most of this race, and they're going to be a very, very powerful team.
I tell you what, it looks like on the inside line you're having to let off so much that the outside line can get a pair of 2 guys. You can just shoot right by them.
Yeah, I keep seeing the outside line move pretty good. There we go, Robert Craze, new leader. Really good to see how well that outside line works. That makes for a much more fun race for the drivers and for the viewers. Looks like Williams and Craze fell back a little bit, and that gave Gilbert and Lee that lead again. But you're right, they get a run on that coming out of that turn. And there you see that momentum coming down the backstretch with Robert Craze and Andrew Williams catching right back up. Ooh, they better be careful. Andrew Williams is going to hook him.
That's part of the art of bumping through the turn. You got to be really careful.
Yeah, it's real easy if one of the drivers just, you know, wobbles up or wobbles down a little bit just to hook that corner. And always got to make sure you let off that throttle just a little bit. It's worth losing a 1/10 of a second versus wrecking. And they are 2x2 almost all the way back. Tell you what, these front four here have been duking it out side by side for a couple of laps now, and I think they're going to start getting a little warm.
Yeah, that last time you looked like the inside line was back to back to back.
And right behind Craze and Williams, we have our newcomers, the 01 of Chris Kessler, and the 7 is Zach Reed. They are right there in the middle of it.
All this action, I didn't even realize we're over halfway now.
That's right, we've already passed the halfway mark.
And looks like Kevin O'Brien's about a half a lap down, but everybody else is within 1 second.
Yeah, nice tight pack here. I mean,
can't tell if people are trying to breathe or they're getting a little antsy and they want to pull out of line.
I'd say they're probably trying to breathe because, man, they've been in line for a long time now. And it's difficult, you know, when you're drafting side by side like that, and it makes swapping a whole lot more difficult than when you're single file. A lot more risky. Tell you what, Craze and Williams keep working that outside. I think they're eventually going to make that work and get back out in the lead again. Across the finish line. It looks like Gilbert still held on to that lead though. All these guys are doing such an amazing job. I wish I was down there on the track with them. And I'm not even really a fan of racing the super speedways. However, our race that we did at Daytona in the nationwide cars, man, that was a blast. I really did enjoy that. So Craze and Williams making it work. They might be able to lead another lap this time. Oh, maybe not. So far, 5 drivers have gotten a bonus point for leading a lap. Keith Haney and Damon Gilbert are tied for leading the most laps with 11. And we've had 8 lead changes so far. For Kevin O'Brien, that's always frustrating to get stuck back there, kind of off on your own. I definitely don't want there to be another caution, but I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
Let's go back up front to our leader. Amy Gilbert barely hanging on that lead every single lap. And Craze and Williams trying their best to get past him, but just barely not closing the deal. I tell you what, if they stay patient though, I really think that's going to work for them. I hope they stay patient since they're up front now. We're down to just 18 laps to go. This is actually, this race isn't a whole lot faster than our typical races. I think it's just so exciting to watch it. We didn't realize the time's flying. Looks like John Fershing has fallen away from the pack as well. He's not too far behind.
He up in the front, third lane. And they're coming up on Kevin O'Brien, and about he's only like 5 or 6 seconds ahead of him.
Yeah, and let's hope that they're communicating with each other pretty well. With them being side by side like this, I'd be willing to bet Kevin O'Brien's always real good about getting out of somebody's way if they're on the lead lap. I'd be willing to bet he just moves down low on the backstretch and lets them shoot right past him. But let's just hope they're communicating with each other and make that clear. Sometimes the best of intentions can actually cause a wreck. And here we have Williams and Craze making a run again. I'm surprised they haven't had to swap for temperatures. Damon Gilbert almost has the most laps led point locked in, but not quite. Keith Haney has led 11, and so he could easily take that over if he moves up at the front. I think Craze may lead this lap. These guys can hold it together. Oh no. Williams gets under Craze. Oh, wow, that was close.
Watching from the back of Kevin O'Brien right now. Seeing all those guys coming along the inside of him.
Yeah, he's staying real high. I think they're going to be all right getting past him. Yeah, smart move by Kevin. Just stay up really, really high and let everybody shoot past. It's like a pack of angry lions coming down out on you, you know? So, amazingly enough, Gilbert actually led that lap again. I thought with the run that they had, well, they're 3 wide going into 3. I thought with that run they had, they would have been able to seal the deal on that one, but I guess not. And I think he's going to get it this time. That was a hard fought for position. And you got the 7 and 0-1 looking to the outside. Maybe make it 3 wide. Woo! Yep. Almost had contact up front. Andrew Williams and Damon Gilbert keep kind of dooring each other. It almost looks like.
Yeah, that could be bad.
Craze and Williams drop down to the inside line. And now I think the 7 of Zach Reed and the 01 of Chris Kessler are going to try and do this. Whoa.
Oh.
That got hairy, but they collected it up. Looked like those guys were going to try and make a run on the outside, but now we got William Kirk and Sean Butler doing the same thing. They're going to make that outside run.
Yep, 10 laps to go. It's winning time. Those guys are going to be coming up.
Yeah, we're coming to 10 to go. It's about to get crazy. If they can keep it clean and just get some good hard racing in, that's going to be a blast to watch. And like I said earlier in the race, watch out for this 88 and 9 team. Sean Butler and William Kirk. These guys are really strong, both of these drivers. And looks like William Kirk just inched past Robert Craze, so he's going to lead the lap. New leader, William Kirk.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's getting
everybody's shuffling around now.
Yeah, they are. Kirk and Butler moves to the inside. Now they're going to hold that line now. We've still got that 7 and 01 team moving up on the outside. I wouldn't count them out either. Those guys, I looked at their records when they applied for the league, and both of them pretty strong drivers. So it'll be some good competition here in these last 9 laps. Oh, we got a car going off from the wall.
No caution yet.
No caution. He held it down there. Nice big runoff area, so that didn't bring out a caution. Let's go back and have a look at what happened. Father-son team of Keith and James Haney. Looks like James just got hooked a little bit and sent him off, but fortunately he didn't crash. Gilbert looking up the middle. Craze and Andrew still on the outside. Lee and Gilbert are going to try and tuck down there. Oh, there is not enough room, Lee. Gilbert hits Lee a little bit. Wow. It's getting rough. It worked out for them. They kept their momentum up somehow. And we'll see if Kirk and Butler can continue to hold them off. I don't know. I think Lee's going to take this one. Yep. Lee and Gilbert go around on the front stretch to lead this lap. This is exciting racing right here. Somebody's going to be real happy and someone's going to be heartbroken at the end of this. I can already see it coming. Oh no, Sean Butler is blinking a little bit again. Not a good time for this to be happening. Lee and Gilbert want to try and lead this lap again. And they do. Don't count out that 00 Robert Craze and the 54 Andrew Williams. They're right on these leaders' tail. Go on board with Damon Gilbert here. There's trucks all over behind him. These guys are racing so hard right now. Here come Craze and Williams again. They're going to look to pass Sean Butler and William Kirk. And Butler and Kirk are getting a run coming out of turn 4. Not quite enough to lead the lap though. They go 3 wide, going into 1 and 2. Just 4 to go. Damon Gilbert has locked in the extra point for leading the most laps. He has led 17 now, and nobody can surpass him. Josh Buckley and Tim Lewis, that combination is coming up the middle too, trying to come up with Dustin Lee and Gilbert. Haven't seen much of those guys tonight. They've been kind of hanging out in the back, biding their time, but they're going for it now. We got 4 laps to go, about to be 3 to go. Still neck and neck up front between William Kirk and Dustin Lee. Buckley and Lewis, they're moving up there. They're almost side by side now with the Butler and Kirk team. They were there on the front stretch. Looks like the outside line go back a little bit. Guys are bound to catch up to John Pershing, but I don't think they will before it's over. We're coming to the white flag. Final lap. Time to get busy. Joshua Buckley sticking us right up in there. I think we're going to see a little more 3 wide action. Oh man, Pershing has got him barreling down on him. He moves way high and lets them all by. Good job on Pershing. Everybody's appreciative of that. And Dustin Lee looks like he has the run on the outside. He might be able to win this one. Butler and Kirk, they're pushing hard on the inside. They're neck and neck. Who's going to win it? I think Dustin Lee is going to take it. Wow! What a finish. That was close. Dustin Lee wins at Talladega. Pushed in by the 68 of Damon Gilbert. Awesome job by those guys. That was exciting watching them duke it out with the 9 and the 88. So your top 3, Dustin Lee, William Kirk, Damon Gilbert. And we'll have a look at the rest of the results here. 4th place was Sean Butler. 5th was Joshua Buckley. 6th, Chris Kessler, our new member. 7th, Robert Craze. 8th, Andrew Williams. 9th, Tim Lewis. 10th, another new member, Zach Reed. 11th, James Haney. 12th, Keith Haney. Looks like James did a pretty decent job of getting back up in there. Teddy Wisniewski. John Pershing finished 1 lap down. And Kevin O'Brien will round out the field. Dustin's going to burn some rubber off of those tires, and once he's done, we'll bring him down here and have a chat with him. And he is burning them up. That's a pretty impressive burnout to hold it straight like that for so long. He is still celebrating. I think this is probably going to put Dustin Lee back up on top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, he was only 9 points back before the race started. So, yeah, he's going to be right up there.
Other one real quick.
Dustin Lee, this is Jeremy Patterson. You got a copy?
Yeah, man.
Was that as exciting to drive as it was to watch? Because I tell you what, I was at the edge of my seat the whole time.
It was, and it was nerve-wracking. Holy cow. It was a bunch of close fighting there, bumping, rubbing. I mean, it was insane.
Y'all did a great job. I mean, it was perfect, like you said. I mean, no one was leaving anything on the track. No one was holding anything back, and you guys still held on to it. Man, what a race! What a race! At what point did you think you had a real good shot at it?
Well, Well, we kind of got our strategy messed up at the first part with that first caution. It kind of really messed us up. So we kind of, rethought our plan there. It started from the back, and once we made it up to the front, I thought we had a pretty good shot. But once we kind of got shuffled back there a little bit, I was kind of worried there for just a few that we weren't going to be able to get our momentum back. But once we got hooked up, we took right off. So, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looked like a blast, and you guys kept going back and forth, and I kept seeing the 00 Robert Craze and Andrew Williams pushing on the outside and trying to get past you, and a couple times they did, but man, you guys you did it just right. That was so much fun to watch.
Yeah, I hope it was as fun for you guys as it was for us. I enjoy racing with these guys and everything, and really that was all Damon there. He was the one doing the pushing. I appreciate him sticking by me the whole time, and it stinks he couldn't win the race too, but I got third place, so at least one of us won.
Yeah, and I've done that before. I'm pushing a driver for the win, and there's a lot of satisfaction in doing that too. So good job, guys. Does anybody want to give a shout out to?
I just sponsor Hollyfield Welding, and good thanks to Damon there for sticking by me.
All right, then we'll see you next week, Dustin.
Congratulations on
Thank
the
you.
second win.
Thank you.
William Kirk, man, you guys were pushing hard on that inside and almost pulled it off. Tell us about your race, man.
I mean, it was a solid race by everyone. It was good and clean, and I appreciate. I texted Sean today during school and was like, "Hey, man, you got a partner for tonight?" And he was like, "I do now. Let's go." So we were planning on hooking up from a while ago, and I mean, he's such a good pusher. I don't know how he does it, but he's just really good. So I knew we were going to be good all race, and I mean, we were right there. I mean, the whole time. I mean, all creds to him. The second place was him. It wasn't me. I mean, he did everything, and I appreciate it so much. But I mean, just didn't have anything for Dustin and Damon. Me and Sean were like, they're pushing harder than we are. They're gonna blow up any second. There's absolutely no way they're gonna get this thing to the finish, but they did. So, shout out to them for being able to do that. That was really impressive. We had to breathe it, way more than they did. So I guess they figured something out that we don't know, but. I mean, yeah, it was a fun, clean race. I mean, congrats to Dustin and Damon for their, first and third place finishes. Good job to them, and just good job to everyone out there for racing so clean. I think, that pack that we were in, was that 20, 30? I felt like 10 million laps, but I'm sure it wasn't that long. I'm sure it was only 20, 30 or something like that.
Well, actually, you guys finished with 10 cars within a second of each other out of the 16 or 15 that started. So it was a pack racing the entire time.
Yeah, it was so intense right there when me and Sean were stuck behind Dustin, and I think it was Craze and Williams on the outside of them forever, and me and Sean would try to take it 3 wide to do something, but just a roadblock with, all those lanes taken up like that. So it was just patience. It was a patience game, and everyone had patience today. There was all giving and no taking. So I mean, I can't really complain about anything. This is a good job by everyone.
I have to say, this is probably one of the most entertaining Talladega races I've ever seen on iRacing.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I got to ditto that. That was I really enjoy. I mean, I had more fun watching this than I did watching the actual NASCAR race last week. If that says anything.
Yeah, it sure does. I mean, it was fun to be a part of. Like, man, it was so intense out there. I kept getting on the apron because I was getting dizzy because all the cars shaking and swapping and, trading spots and, moving lanes. And I actually got a little disoriented. That's why I kept getting on the apron, because I would lose track of where I was. And it was crazy. But, I mean, it was a lot of fun. And it was definitely a blast to be a part of and to, kind of watch. But, just be out there racing with them. I can't wait to go back and watch the actual broadcast.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you raced with us, and we definitely look forward to watching you race every week. I was saying early on, man, I knew you and Butler were going to be a good, strong team. Just couldn't quite pull it off at the end, but good job. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Normally I have a lot of people that watch my races, but everyone was busy today. But I guess if they go back and watch it, shout out to, Drew and Kalen and all them, and just appreciate everyone. And I know a bunch of people's families are watching, so that's really cool, you guys. And thanks for watching, and just thanks to you guys for putting it on. And shout out to Sean for pretty much, doing everything for that second place finish. I feel like I didn't do a thing.
All right. Thanks, William. We look forward to having you race with us again next week.
Alrighty, thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Damon Gilbert, good job pushing in the winner, man. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, me and Dustin ended the work together since the start of the race. And I got behind him since we started the first row. We just planned for him to get right in front of me. And then the whole plan was just to stay up front and lead all the laps as we could. And that's what we tried to do. And it worked out, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say it worked really well. I was surprised you guys didn't have to swap at all. I thought for sure you'd have been overheating by the end of that thing.
Yeah, what was the secret behind that?
You got to leave your left side of the nose on the right rear of the car. You have to let the radiator breathe, I guess. I mean, on that final lap, I was blinking pretty much since turn 2, and I was just hoping it would stay till the start-finish line because that was quite a long time, and you can't really have a car blinking that long.
Well, good job by both of you guys. This is definitely the most exciting race I've watched so far. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, Dustin for being my partner, all that kind of stuff.
You two guys worked really well together.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it was a blast watching you, and all the two-person teams kind of stuck together the whole race, and everyone did a great job holding it together and racing each other clean, but still racing each other hard, so it was a lot of fun to watch. So congratulations on your third-place win, and this will keep you pretty high up there in the points, and 4 more races. We're going to Watkins Glen next week.
All right, thank you for hosting this series and stuff, Jeremy.
Absolutely. We'll see you next week, Damon.
Yeah, see you next week.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun watching that race, Matt.
Yeah, it was. That was very, very impressive. And not too often you see a Talladega race with only one caution with 15 drivers.
Yeah, I mean, and they were side by side the whole time, 3 wide a lot of the time, and even the one caution we had was kind of it was just a weird anomaly hiccup thing. I mean, it didn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't like someone flew up the track and ran into somebody. It was just they were pushing and kind of hooked. So absolutely amazing job by these drivers. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, it was that was very impressive. These guys they put it on every week, and you can't say enough about the quality of driving that they bring to the table.
Yep, absolutely, and we look forward to having them next week, and that's going to be, like we said, at Watkins Glen, our first and only road course of this season. Practice goes up at 8. This will be on Monday. Practice goes up at 8, qualifying at 8:30, and we'll start the broadcast at 8:30 as well. And the race starts at 8:35. Actually, correction to that, it'll start at 8:40. There's a 10-minute qual time on the road course, just because it takes so long to get around on that first lap, which doesn't count. So we look forward to having you there at Watkins Glen to see these guys practice turning left and right, and turning right and not turning into a wall. And after Watkins Glen, we only have actually, you know what? I was wrong on the whole schedule. Next week is Texas Motor Speedway. The week after that, I'm so excited about Watkins Glen, I'm already talking about it. We're actually going to Texas next week. I apologize for that. And then after that, we'll just have Watkins Glen, Phoenix, and Homestead. Yeah, I love those road courses. I get a little excited about them.
Yeah, Phoenix Open Dogleg, that'll be nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be real interesting to watch how they do that. If they're going to use the dog leg, I know it's risky going down there. Kind of like I know at Chicagoland, you have that real big wide apron on the front, and some people use it, some people don't. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, that'll be exciting to watch.
And series finale at Homestead the same week that the NASCAR does their series finale too. So it'll be good to go.
Yeah, that'll also be a lot of fun to watch. And when we raced Homestead in the B cars, a lot of fun there too. A lot of drivers did well, battled hard, and kept it pretty clean. So we'll keep that up with the truck series as well. So a reminder to our viewers, go to our website, redlightleague.com. You can get links to our Facebook page and YouTube page. Don't forget to like and subscribe those pages if you use those services. On our YouTube channel, you'll be able to see replays of all of our races that we've done this season that we've broadcasted. And also, we'll have recaps of every race. Those typically come out later in the week on Friday or Saturday. And also on our website, you'll be able to see the standings and schedule for the rest of the season. And won't be long here, we'll be putting up a schedule for next season. And we'll have to talk to the drivers and see what they want to do then. And as I mentioned earlier in the race, if you're watching and you're not a member of our league and you'd like to join us, log on to iRacing.com, go to the leagues section and look up Red Light Racing. Put in an application, and we'll review your record and see if you look like you'd be a good fit for us, send you a message, and hopefully have you racing with us.
Yeah, come on down.
Yeah, we're about hitting the sweet spot. I mean, 15 drivers, looking good. We get just a couple more in there. I mean, we have 15 really high quality drivers here tonight. I'm so absolutely impressed with this. Week after week it's going to be like this, and it's just going to be some of the best racing around. Alright, well that's going to wrap it up for our broadcast tonight. We hope you enjoyed the race as much as we did, because I know I certainly enjoyed watching that. And we will see you next Monday.
Have a good weekend, everybody, or a good week.
Alright, we're off the air.